Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Joanie and I'm the blogger behind simplelivingmama.com. And if you're new here, you might want to hit that subscribe button so you can be notified of when I post new videos, because this week is homeschool curriculum week. And I'm really excited about that because I'm going to be sharing what I am using for my preschoolers, my first grader, my third grader, and my fifth grader for their individual studies. So last week I actually shared what we are using as a family, and that really makes up the bulk of our curriculum. You know, all of those really fun extra things like history, Bible, science, all of that stuff. But today we're going to focus more on our individual studies, language arts, and math, and those types of things. So this video in particular is going to be about what I'm using for my preschoolers. So technically I have two preschoolers and then I have a toddler. So I have a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old, and then my baby is almost 2. He'll be 2 in September. And he is really just now getting into that stage where he wants to sit down and do a few little things with us. But if you followed along on my blog, then you know that I used to follow more of a stricter Charlotte Mason preschool with my younger children. But as our family has grown, as we have added more children, I have found that I do need to have more for the little ones to do. And especially my 3-year-old and 4-year-old in particular are asking to do more, rather than, you know, we're still working on those things like habits and, you know, just reading and doing life skills, but they want something to do at the table with everyone else. And also I have found that it helps me to have some sort of plan for my my older children to do with the younger children, so I can work with the older children. So I do have a little bit more of structure going on with my preschoolers these days. So I wanted to show you what I am using for my 4-year-old. I have a nice little bin set up for him. And it includes everything that goes along with the Good and the Beautiful's pre-K course book. So this will be the first year that we are actually using the Good and the Beautiful's pre-K. If you have followed along with our channel, we use the Good and the Beautiful for many things, particularly when it comes to individual studies. So I thought at 4 years old, the year before he's going to be starting kindergarten, it would be nice to let him have this foundation before he begins the primer that goes with the Good and Beautiful and then level K. So this is just really, you're going to be working on letters and sounds, vowels, numbers, colors, motor skills, sorting, matching, and rhyming. So it includes a wide variety of things for language arts as well as numbers. And he was so excited when this came in the mail. He was just excited to have his very own course book like his older brothers and sister. So that is what he's going to be using sort of as his main curriculum. And of course that comes with this entire activity packet. I haven't even finished assembling it, but we're going to be playing some games like Swap the Fly and then Feed the Elephant. I have to cut out the peanuts and then we'll feed the elephant. Isn't that cute? I love the Good and the Beautiful stuff. It's so cute. And then he has these little letter flip books that I've been working on getting ready for him. So there's several, and I haven't finished assembling all of them, but that's going to be sort of his main thing that he's going to be doing, along with a devotional, a little boy's devotional that I forgot to bring in here, but I will have all of that linked down below in a blog post, so you will know what I'm talking about. But I will be reading the little boy's devotional with my 4-year-old and my first grader. We started it this previous year, and we're just going to keep working through it. Let's see here. Now, I totally forgot to grab this too, but I will have a link down below. I actually have an entire system that helps me plan preschool and kindergarten activities with my homeschool preschool planner, and it helps me work on circle time, motor skills, fine and gross motor skills, story time, arts and crafts, sensory bin type things. And I really enjoy doing those things with my littles. And even if I don't have time to do them, I now have older children, especially my 8-year-old daughter. She loves doing school with the little kids. So I can create these lesson plans for her to follow, and she can just do the activities that are included with those lesson plans. So I have several different ones. I am doing a focus on children's literature books. So this is gonna be for both my 3-year-old and my 4-year-old and my 2-year-old whenever he wants to join in. I'm sure he will listen to the stories. But we're gonna focus on one book a week. And I'm not even strict about this. Sometimes it may only be one book a month. It just depends on what's going on with our lives at the time. But we're gonna focus on one storybook and then just do a lot of different activities that go along with those storybooks. So I'm gonna show you the latest one. It's not for sale in my shop yet, but I do create these along with all the printables that go with them, and they are for sale in my shop for only like $5. So you get the full lesson plan and all of that stuff, all of the printables and everything. So I'm gonna show you the latest one that I just created, and there's the next one that we're gonna start doing, and it's Goldilocks and the Three Bears. I love turning, these classic children's stories and fairy tales and fables and folk tales and all of that into fun activities for the kids. So this is what the cover looks like. So this can be used for preschool and kindergarten. And I have an entire sheet here that tells you everything that is included with this packet. And then a supply list. So we're gonna be making a sensory bin, we're gonna be making some lacing cards, we're gonna do an art project with a fork painted bear, we're gonna do another art project where we're going to make bear tracks with a potato that I'm really excited about, and then some different things for for gross and fine motor skills. I always have the kids help do some sort of snack with mom. So in this one in particular, we're gonna be making blueberry porridge. So that is exciting. And then I have like everything written down from day 1 to day 5, like everything that you would need to do. And then here is the weekly calendar that lays out what you use for circle time, letter introduction, and this is where I would do the language arts from The Good and the Beautiful for my 4-year-old, as well as an alphabet notebook. For my 3-year-old, it's just a very simple, we focus on one letter at a time, just, do the little sheet. And then I think I'm gonna add in some like letter of the week craft type things to include in her alphabet notebook, because she really likes doing crafts. So I think I'm gonna do that for letter introduction for her. And then of course we got motor skills, arts and crafts, read alouds, and then outside play. So for this one, we're gonna be doing a lacing bear. We're gonna play a game called hide and seek numbers, big, medium, small comparison, letter hop, numbers and teddygrams, or you could also use counting bears if you don't wanna use teddygrams, a bear hunt, and then the Goldilocks letter match, bear walk, and then Goldilocks sand tray, and then make porridge. And then for our sensory play, we're gonna make a soft and hard sensory bin. Super simple to make. You just need a big bin, and then you can put soft and hard objects inside of it, like a little pillow or a little piece of felt or something like that, and then some bowls, spoons, things like that. And then of course, the art projects that I talked about. And then we have, fun little printables like this. These are the alphabet printables for playing some alphabet games. And then I always include a super simple do-a-dot page for 2 different letter focuses. So we have B for bear, and then, got my stuff out of order here. P for porridge, it's in here somewhere. Okay, and then a bear themed book list. So just a simple, short little book list of different books that you can read along with the story. And then some handwriting practice if your child is ready for that. Every lesson plan includes some sort of poem or nursery rhyme or song. So this one is The Bear Went Over the Mountain, to work on memorization for the littles. And then of course I have a fun little planning sheet to help with any extra supplies you might need. Here's the P Do-A-Dot. This is just super simple stuff, but the kids love it. And then I need to make the lacing bears, but this is what they look like. And what I'm gonna do is just laminate the page, then use a hole punch to punch these out. Use a piece of yarn, put some Scotch tape around the end to make it hard at the end, and then they can just lace the different bear shapes. And then I have some number cards to do some different games. Got 1 through 10. And then we like to use a felt board a lot of times. So these are just different items from the story, and I'll laminate this page and you know, glue down a little piece of felt to the back of each figure, and then we can just do practice story retelling. We can use these to do the big, medium, small comparison, all of that stuff. So I'm really excited about that. Another thing I like to do is actually talk about the real life animals or whatever it is that's from the book that we're studying. So I have a page about their facts that we'll just talk about with the littles, and then here they get to draw their own bear. And then I have my blueberry porridge recipe, and then the instructions for the fork painted bear. So that's just one of the lesson plans that I have, and that's the next one that we're going to be doing. But since my little ones didn't do any of my previous lesson plans, we'll be redoing all of those. So we're going to be doing brown bear, if you give a mouse a cookie, 10 apples up on top, which that one is not laid out the same way as these, but it's still something that'll be fun to do whenever we're studying apples. And then let's see, which other ones do I have? Make Way for Ducklings, and then 3 Billy Goats Gruff. And then I do have a couple of more that I'm working on that we will be using this year, the Little Red Hen, and then the Rainbow Fish. So that's gonna be sort of like our fun extra thing for the littles, and I'm so excited about doing that. And of course, like I said, I use my Homeschool Preschool planner to help me formulate the plans for these. And then since I do like to include fun printables and stuff, I make them all myself instead of going and trying to find freebies or other things on the internet. I just make it all myself, and I do offer those for sale as well as the preschool planner if you're into designing your own preschool curriculum or kindergarten curriculum. And also, you know, if you're not, I've got lesson plans available, and we have so much fun with that stuff. So I've talked about the alphabet notebook. I've talked about the Good and Beautiful preschool that we're using for my 4-year-old. Alphabet notebook is for the 3-year-old. And then the preschool lesson plans based on books are for both of my kiddos. So, you know, we're just gonna be focusing on basic things like shapes, numbers, and then just doing fun crafts and stuff. And then of course the kids will sit in the devotionals, the little Bible stories. And then I also use another tool that I have used with my littles are these We Choose Virtues cards. And they're really good for habit training, and they're super simple, and I do these during morning time with the littles, and we just talk about the particular virtue. Like this one says, I am kind, I treat others the way I like to be treated, I am not selfish, sarcastic, or rude, and I don't hurt others on purpose. And then it has a Bible verse, and then on the back of the card it just has some information you can discuss with your children to help them sort of learn about that virtue and how they can apply it to their lives. So I think that's about it for preschool stuff. I'm excited. I love teaching preschool and kindergarten, and I'm going to be really sad when I no longer have any littles to teach. But yeah, lots of books, free time outside, playing, sensory bins. I do have a list of toys included in my Homeschool Preschool planner that we also use. Things like stacking pegs, wedgets, pretend play stuff. We have a really cute Melissa and Doug puppet theater that's great for story retelling. You know, lots of different things. Puzzles, big chunky puzzles for the littles. And then of course you can, as they get older, use different size puzzles. But yeah, that is it for preschool. So in the next video, I'm going to be sharing with you what I am using for my first grader. So I hope you stick around, subscribe to our channel, like this video. I will talk to you later. Bye.